What'd you do?
Found me a toy. I found a lovely little 74-year-old lady. She said she's seen a guy pull out at Home Depot on his motorcycle and a car hit him. He went over the car and killed him. So she went home, parked this in the barn, and it's been sitting for 9 years.
I mean, the paint is really cool. That is the paint job you were thinking it was, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, besides a bath.
Yeah.
And the carburetor, battery.
And the back master cylinder, I don't know if all the fluid might be out of it, but the back brake's not working and the throttle cable's hung, but I have a feeling that's because the carburetor's so gummed up that it won't work. So I'm gonna take that CV carburetor off anyway and put a Makuni on there. So that's $400 and I'll have that fixed and go get me a battery for $100 and maybe tomorrow we can woomba.
Now, we're not gonna tell you what he paid for it, and he's not gonna go to jail for stealing it, but he's pretty close. Now y'all gotta tell him, don't be working on this thing without calling me so we can follow along with the progress.
Yeah.
So it's a, what year?
It's a 2000 Dyna lowrider.
Dyna lowrider.
Yeah, and she was a little short lady, so she had it lowered 3 inches. So I know the rear shocks are like 8s or 9s, and I think they might have even lowered the forks. So I'm gonna have to figure out what all that they did.
Yeah.
But tomorrow it'll be stripped down and bath time.
Yeah.
Yeah, honey, I'm the bogey pocket, and you know I'm here to stay.
Welcome back to another episode of Jason Starts Building Before I Can Get the Camera Down Here. I think that's what we're gonna call this series, is Jason Won't Wait on Me. But it didn't take, how long you had this, Jason?
I've had it 2 days.
2 days. And what all have we done?
The chrome was all covered in rust. The rear brake didn't work.
Yeah.
The throttle cable was completely stuck because the butterfly on the carburetor was stuck.
Mm-hmm.
The tank is full of mud, rust. It's terrible.
Yeah.
So we went to Gym Cycle the other day. I pulled the carburetor off and I just give it to them because they have stuff to soak it in and to rebuild it. They can do that a whole lot cheaper than I can mess with it. It was like $150 to rebuild it. So, but I replaced the intake seals. They were all bad. I rebuilt the master cylinder on the rear. She had lowered it to 10-inch shocks, but they give me the original, so I put the 13-inch original shocks back on it. It had brackets for a backrest. Took all that out and got rid of the backrest. What else? The chrome was the chrome was rusted and pitted. I took some SOS steel wool pads that are infused with soap, soaked them in vinegar and water, detailed the whole bike. I took a toothbrush and went into all the black and all the fins, and I think that's about it. Oh, the battery was dead. I actually didn't know how many miles. She thought it was 35,000 miles. I got the battery put in. I turned it on last night. It has 29,300 miles, something like that. All the blinkers work, the brake lights work, the high-low beam works, the horn works, and I actually bumped the key and spun the motor over, and the motor spun.
So what's keeping her from running right now? You mentioned the gas tank.
The gas tank, I filled it with vinegar and let it set 24 hours. And I just dumped it, and it's still full of rust and crap, so I pressure washed it 3 times and boiled it out. I filled it full of a bunch of 3/8 nuts, shook it, and the liner's coming out. Looks like big flakes of paint all out there. So I think I finally got all that boiled out, and I've just refilled it with 4 gallons of vinegar. I'm gonna let it set 2 or 3 days. I'm supposed to get my carburetor back Tuesday or Wednesday. So maybe Tuesday I'll dump all the vinegar out of it and slosh it either with alcohol or gas to get it all dried out and be ready for when the carburetor comes.
Yeah.
So when that comes, hopefully we're gonna fire it up. But right now, she lowered the front forks as well. We don't know if they cut the springs, what they did. So we're about to pull the fork tubes and see what we got.
Y'all saw this thing on the trailer, I think, when the day he bought it, and it's a dramatic difference in person with the way that chrome is shining and everything. And I think, let's see, Marvin, I think people are, you know, I think Jason saw that you had a Dyna and just couldn't stand it. What do you think?
There's so many advantages to having a little motorcycle like that.
Yeah.
You can make them short trips on. Last time Jason and I rode together, he really felt it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So their little bikes are Dynas and mine's a Road King because I'm.
Well, my bucket list before I get too damn old was to ride a wheelie on a Harley.
Yeah.
And I've tried that with my street glide, and I'm just too little to throw enough weight around. I can only get it off the ground about that far.
Yeah.
But we're fixing to change.
Yeah. You know, I don't think they've seen the changes to the Kraken.
No, probably not.
Jason's done some cosmetic things to the Kraken on his own. This is pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, the bronze wheels, I found a paint that matches, and I did all the little knob covers.
But you got a tell them what you did. I mean,
Yeah, I sandblasted it, and all I did was change out its rattle can. It's actually, I've got it around here somewhere, but anyways, it's Rust-Oleum, and it matches the bronze wheels perfectly. So I sandblasted all the parts that are non-working, I would say, and started painting them. I did the veins on the air breather and the little marks there. I did the front brake screens, and I did the mirror arms on there, and then the other side, I made a new shifter knob on the lathe, and I painted that, and then I did the linkage. I went ahead and done that.
So he made that on the lathe here in like 10 minutes, right?
Yeah, about 10 minutes. So the last thing I want to do, and people might think I'm crazy, but
Just might be a lunatic, yo.
6.5 Creedmoor brass. I'm gonna hot glue a magnet in
Show
there.
the end of it where we see other end. Other end.
Oh, the other end. It's a 6.5 Creedmoor casing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hot glue magnets in there, and I'm gonna make bolt covers on all my bolts, and I'm gonna sandblast and paint them bronze. So every bolt that you see that's ugly, galvalume, is gonna be burnt bronze covered in bullet brass. So
Like it.
I'll get there one day.
Yeah.
Too many projects.
Yeah. Relocated to Marvin's shop for what, Jason?
He has all the stuff, the tools to break these down. I think he's got some fork oil too. We hope we got enough.
This is the driver that you slam the steel right in.
Yeah.
Pick the one that fits in.
Marvin, how the hell do you get in here?
That foot pedal.
You gotta learn. It's not.
Climb. Like a monkey.
Yeah. I don't think so, Tim. Did you buy this or build it?
This one bought.
Bought?
Last one built. And this right here.
That's pretty cool.
And
Oh, sorry. That's pretty black.
Give me that.
That's pretty nasty. It ain't very much oil.
Got that rubber still right.
can do though is probably put all that back, and then all this could be adjusted later.
Come on. Jackpot. So that 2000 Dyna, I think it's a Dyna lowrider. The lady who had it had shortened the, had lowered it, the front forks and the rear suspension, so he's putting that back to the stock height and resealing the forks and everything like that. So I'm sure winter's here again. Appreciate y'all watching. See you next time.
Yeah, honey,